Now I'm gonna think about whale maker when I'm in the ocean. It's so cooked for me. Hello, Miadi YouTube! Welcome back to another video. My name is Saphwyn, the silly deco VTuber, and today we are going deep sea exploring, aka we're reacting to Why I Throw a Cactus Before I Go in the Ocean by Casual Geographic. We're gonna, find some terrifying, horrifying things that live in the bottom of our ocean together, and it's gonna be such a good time. If you're new to my channel, I am a biologist. I studied biotechnology. I am a full-time cat girl on the internet now, as you can see. But that is my background real quick. And before I dive into the video, we do have a summer merch line. So if you want to pick up some summer merch and support me and support the channel, go check it out. It is linked down below. It is also on the screen right now. That is what it looks like. So if that interests you, go check it out. But let's dive into the video now, shall we? Let's get some scary, spooky shenanigans in the bottom of the ocean together. Yippee!
This is probably the most terrifying thing you'll ever see in the ocean.
Okay, I pressed play, but before we even press play, I just want to say what the heck. If I was ever in the ocean and I saw something like this, it's so cooked for me. It's so over. That's like the giant squid, no?
That thing.
Girl, look at the tentacle length on that thing. It can grow to 26 feet.
And squid is believed to grow up to 26
ocean.
feet long. Scientists believe they hunt by dragging those freakish arms across the ocean floor, snatching up anything unlucky enough to accidentally brush up against it. But by far the scariest thing about this hell squid, we know almost nothing about it. We don't know how they mate, how they live. All we know for sure is that you can find them at the very bottom of the ocean at depths of up to 15,000 feet, which is more than...
At 15,000 feet into the ocean, I feel like we can find a lot of crazy, insane things. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there is a lot of interesting things at the bottom of the ocean that we do not know about.
Half the height of Mount Everest. Here's the part that personally freaks me out. Every big fin ever caught was a juvenile, and since no adults have ever been captured, it's possible they can be even bigger than we thought. This sea slender man's arms are covered in tiny suckers, meaning once it grabs something, there aren't a lot of things strong enough.
Why have we never caught an adult? I guess juveniles are the only ones that are swimming like at a length that we can catch them at, maybe? But like, what?
To break free. Those arms can be over 90% of their total body length, and they hold it at a 90-degree angle, which makes this violation against nature look like it's T-posing. As technology improves, you might have a chance to learn more about them, which isn't a good thing. They need to stay in hell. Whale facts, but they slowly get more and more disturbing.
No, stop.
Blue whales can produce 400 gallons of baby batter, but only 10% of it makes it.
400 gallons? Oh my god. What? Why 400 gallons? What?
360 gallons.
I guess so.
If you're wondering, that's 8.5 bathtubs of whale maker.
Okay, so we're just swimming in whale maker when we go into the ocean. I think, well, we're swimming in a lot of stuff when we go into the ocean. Let's be real here. But now I'm gonna think about whale maker when I'm in the ocean. It's so cooked for me.
3-player with 2 males and a female. While the first male's locks off, the second wing whale will swim underneath the female and help hold her in place for a process that can last up to an hour. And friendly reminder,
imagine just being the third. Oh my gosh, you're just being the third wheeling gray whale. Like, you have never made it in your life and you're just the third whale. That's tragic. Unfortunate. L in the chat for the whale.
The monster story ever told was really about a whale's penis, and I will never let y'all forget it. Sperm whales are so loud that their sound can vibrate you to death by either causing your lungs to collapse or an air bubble to form in your brain, which would instantly take you off the senses. Blue whales are big, but not a lot of people.
I see we're getting creative here. He's just taking you off the senses. I see. We are one with the puns. Okay.
How big? You can hear.
No, they're massive. They're massive.
2 miles away. They can swallow almost 500,000 calories at once. Allegedly, a whale's fart bubble can enclose a full-grown horse.
Jesus.
And because I am who I am, I have to tell you that the largest blue whale penis was about 16 feet long and weighed anywhere from 700 to 900 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Blue whales don't spray water.
I can't believe they have it like taxidermied on the wall though. I guess so, because it's like a world record about this same time. Like, that's a little weird, just a little, but like, it's okay.
The way you see in movies, it's actually warm air being forced out of the lungs.
Correct.
It's basically its breath. It's one of the most unholy smells that can ever assault your nose, like burning rubber in a fish cemetery. Because of that video, there's now people that believe the ocean is salty because of whale sperm, and I'm not gonna. No, there are not. No, people. Do not believe that. People do not believe that, right? That's why they I know. Okay, I know. I wish it were true because of look on people's faces when I tell them this is free therapy, but it isn't. Most of the ocean's salt comes from rocks on land because when acidic rain hits the rocks, it erodes them and causes them to release salt. The salt gets carried out in streams and rivers where it eventually reaches the ocean. The reason the ocean is so
maybe I just start gaslighting everyone and telling them that's why the water's ocean, or that's why the ocean is salty. It's whale sperm.
I'm gonna start gaslighting people. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not the type of person to do that.
Salty is because this has been happening for millions on billions of years. Some of the salt also comes from hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean, but most of the time when you taste seawater, the salt came from a rock, not a whale that already has. So yeah,
I
you
ain't
don't have to
tasting
worry about
seawater.
salty seawater. Besides, you should probably be more concerned with the fact that your perfume used to be made from whale vomit.
What?
The more
Wait,
you know.
what?
The fish you should be most afraid of isn't
Why are we? Wait, what? Whoa! I didn't know that the whale vomit used to make perfume. But like, why did whale vomit make perfume? I would like, a little bit more here on this topic because I'm just curious to. Because in my mind, I don't think like whale vomit smells good, but there must be like some component in it that makes a perfect perfume consistency. But I'm like curious now. That's Google for later for me.
the shark. It's the stonefish because it can deliver venom powerful enough to cause crippling pain and toxic enough to
Yeah, the
activate your life
stonefish is
insurance in less than 2
scary.
hours.
Correct.
This fish is armed with a venom called verrucotoxin, and as a neurotoxin, it shuts your body down from the inside. If you got stung,
It's
you would first feel
scary.
incapacitating pain, swelling, and eventually numbness.
And
But
it
no
looks like
worries,
a okay.
It gets worse.
The worst thing about this thing is that it's called the rockfish. It looks like a rock and it's like kind of immobile, right? Like you're not going to see it, and then you step on him, and that's the worst part about this fish. Because like once you step on him, it's like kind of cooked.
Always gets worse. If you don't get medical attention fast enough, the poison would destroy tissues in
Yeah,
the body, cause uncontrollable
scary.
twitching and shaking, and eventually paralysis, meaning it would get harder and harder to breathe until you eventually black
Yeah, that's
out.
scary.
Victims describe the pain as getting continuously hit with a sledgehammer
Oh.
all over the body, and even if you survive, you
Painful.
can still walk away with permanent nerve damage and muscle atrophy. But there's two big reasons why this Satan guppy might be the most dangerous fish on Earth. One is this picture. Because the stonefish looks like
Nothing.
stone,
It looks like a
it's
rock.
So easy to actually
Yeah,
step
yeah,
on one. And
yeah.
when you do, those spines would get shoved up your foot, and the harder you step, the more poison gets pumped into you. And number two, they can survive outside of water for up to 24 hours, meaning they don't have to be underwater to
Wait.
put you underground.
I didn't know that they could survive. So when they get like beached or something, they can be still alive. That's crazy. Guys, never go to Australia, never go into the oceans. I'm just kidding. Take precautions when you go into the ocean because there is some beautiful things in the ocean. Up to you guys though. Like I went snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. I got to swim alongside like a sea turtle. I did take precautions though. I went out with a group and everything. So there are some incredible things that can be in the ocean. But if you're terrified of the ocean, that's a-okay too. You do not have to go into the ocean to experience like watch a nature doc. It's like, the same vibes kind of sort of, but you get to see the cool things that live in the ocean. Along with all the creepy things like this.
It's the only place where mistaking a fish for a stone can get you the death penalty. You should never pick this shell up because it's actually one of the most venomous things on the planet.
I feel like
That's
okay.
because the cone snail can shoot you with a harpoon at 400 miles per hour.
That's aggressive. Please do not pick up wildlife. If you are ever going to the ocean, keep the wildlife within the ocean. Like do not take it above the water. If you must pick it up, even a starfish or something, make sure you keep it in the water. Because the minute you take it above the water, a lot of these sea creatures will start to suffer and they can deteriorate in health-wise. And I just don't think that's fair to, a living creature that we are interfering with and we are killing. That is just a precaution for next time you're around the ocean. Be very careful. Keep them in the water for their own safety and so that we can protect them.
That would be like getting struck by 14 Usain Bolts because ironically this snail is one of the fastest animals on the
crazy.
planet, being able to hit you
And it's a
almost as fast
snail.
as you can blink.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's not the only thing fast about them because this murder slug was nicknamed cigarette snail because according to urban
Cigarette
legend,
snail?
if you got hit by one, you had enough time for a puff puff pass before you puff puff pass away. If
Damn.
you got stung, you would
Okay.
immediately feel extreme pain, swelling, numbness, and vomiting. But don't worry, it gets worse. It would escalate to
But don't
muscle
worry.
paralysis, double vision, and difficulty breathing. And once you get to that point, you can go ahead and start printing out shirts because you finna be on one. And even though
Oh
the
my
cigarette thing was
gosh.
an exaggeration, it could take only 5 to 8 hours for them to connect you to God's Wi-Fi. Now the problem with these snails is that they use venom to paralyze unlucky prey, and they'll even put them to sleep with a toxin that's 1,000 times more powerful than morphine, which
That's
works on fish and stupid people that
wild.
pick them up. But they don't just use one though, like Tyson, they be on them combos. They can have 50 different toxins in their venom, which is why there is no antidote. The
What?
only cure is to try not to die and become a Snapchat member.
Your child can
That's
visit
crazy.
jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the ocean.
I should probably explain what the hell this is. That was an angel shark, and that's the worst Call of Duty player you'll ever meet. The angel shark will lie motionless for days.
The worst Call of Duty player you ever meet because he just camps on the bottom of the ocean until someone swims over him.
He's waiting for anything bite-sized to accidentally pass
Oh
above
my
its head so it
gosh.
can take its life. Sounds like a cheat code, but there's no referee in the ocean, so this camel shark
There-
snap heads feels
correct.
like no
Yeah,
other.
correct.
But you don't have to worry about them snatching up your leg because they're only interested in fish, crustaceans, and mollusks like squid. That being said,
Mm-hmm.
angel sharks are a lot like electrical power sockets. They're only dangerous if you're stupid enough to poke them. Now you would think that's
Okay,
common
but,
sense,
like-
but because these sharks stay perfect
Yeah, exactly. Now you would think that that's common sense. The sad reality is a lot of people poke things that they shouldn't be poking.
And still, scuba divers think it's a good idea to touch them, and that makes these sharks go from mannequin challenge to homicide. Luckily, attacks are rare, and as long as you're not an idiot, this sea carpet won't fade you. Good thing, too, because there's a shark in this picture, and he may not be an angel, but he'll turn you into one.
Cool,
Reasons
though.
why this is your new favorite fish.
Oh,
Even though they can be up to
I
23
love
feet,
these.
over 3,000 pounds, they're 100% perfectly harmless to people because they only ever eat plankton and small shrimp.
They're so
Unlike
pretty.
stingrays, they're not venomous. This giant placemat couldn't
This
hurt.
is like, okay, guys, I have this weird love-hate relationship with the ocean. I'm definitely afraid of the ocean. I don't really like the ocean. As you guys can see, I do go in the ocean, and like I really want to go swimming with these guys in the ocean, but at the same time, like I'm terrified to do it. I think one day I'll probably do it whenever, you know, I grow up. Ha 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 ha. I am growing up, but whenever I, you know, get the motivation to do it, I will do it because I really want to do it. But there's part of me that like is stopping me. You know what I mean? Like one day.
Wanted to. They're smart enough to understand mirrors because manta rays were seen waving and blowing bubbles at their own reflection, something they wouldn't do if they thought it was another manta ray. Manta rays will launch themselves out of the ocean, and they do it to get rid of parasites or to avoid predators, but sometimes it seems like they do it just for fun.
I just want to see one in the wild.
Making them arguably the smartest.
I just want to see one, man.
Just for fun. They have the largest brain of any fish, making them arguably the smartest things in the ocean that don't also belong on a list with Cosby. That isn't a TV guide. Baby manta rays are called pups, and the mother will give birth to 1 or 2 pups every year.
Or what?
They're normally black, a dark brown, or a grayish blue, but there are pink manta rays out there, and no, this is not edited. This pink manta ray was found off the coast of Australia on the Great Barrier Reef, proving that that country is both a national treasure and Satan's jungle gym. They're smart enough to form strong emotional bonds with each other, and they're smart enough to ask for help. One repeatedly approached the diver until he realized that she had a fish hook stuck under her eye, and she waited patiently as he removed it. Once he removed it, she swam off. What would happen if you took one of the meanest animals in the ocean?
I hate hearing about animals in the wild wrapped up in fishing gear, though, because that's human error. That's just like not even human error. Some of it is human error. Some of it is human carelessness, and I just hate hearing stories about it because it's like so preventable, man.
And gave it legs. Well, 2 things. 1, you'd have one of the most violently aggressive animals on Earth walking on land, and 2, I know this because it technically happened and they exist. It's a known fact that the biggest menace to society in the ocean are dolphins of any kind. They jump sharks for no reason, slapbox their babies, and they have a rap sheet longer than Drake's. And the worst dolphin of all actively tortures other animals for sport. Dolphins and animals are part of a group called cetaceans, which basically happened because this guy decided he wanted to test his luck out in the ocean and evolved to become semi-aquatic and then fully aquatic. But funny story, there was a group of these land animals that actually stayed on land, and about 54 million years ago, they split up with the animals that would become whales and dolphins heading out to sea. The ones that didn't fall
why
into the
wouldn't you
ocean
though?
stayed on
At
land.
this point, why wouldn't you evolve into the ocean? Like, look how big the ocean is compared to the land, and like, why wouldn't you? You know, like,
And after
why
millions
wouldn't
of years
you?
of plot development, they went on to become one of the most vicious animals in the world. In case I haven't made it obvious, I'm talking about hippos. The African homicide horse is actually the closest living relative of whales. And
The African homicide horse. I gotta go back. Is somebody just
the homicide horse is actually the closest living relative of whales and dolphins. One's a bipolar tank with Roy Ridge and a devil's overbite, and the other's a pufferfish abusing shark assaulting sea quagmires, and that is f***ing evolution. Remember that dolphin sound effect in SpongeBob that was supposed to be like a sensor? You know what the I'm talking about. Well, that sound didn't actually come from a dolphin. It was actually the sped up laughter of the kookaburra. It's a kingfisher bird found in Australia that sounds like a guy trying.
I never realized that it was, but it totally is. Yo, the kookaburra is amazing as well. I didn't realize that was a sped up version of it though.
Way too hard to laugh at a cucumber.
I love them. I say I love them as someone who doesn't live in Australia, but I feel like if you're an Australian waking up to this every single morning, you may not love them as much. You know what I mean?
You may not be able to hear it, but when you double the playback speed, you can hear the sound that cartoons made you swear was a dolphin.
Interesting. And then they probably high pitch it,
every
yeah?
dolphin sound effect you've ever heard on every TV show is really just an Australian crack tweety.
An Australian crack tweety is a wild sentence. But like, yeah, sure. We made it to the end of the video, everyone. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this with me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. I hope you guys learned some cool, scary things in the ocean. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment down some ocean emojis. Comment down a dolphin emoji, a whale emoji, a fish emoji, or I think there's an octopus emoji as well. Comment down one of those. I'll give you a big fair variety today. Comment down any ocean emoji you want. Comment down them all, spam them, do whatever you want. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know your favorite deep sea ocean creature or your favorite ocean creature overall. Like if you just like I don't know, like the clownfish, let me know. Let me know down in the comments below your favorite thing that lives in the ocean. Remember to take precaution when you are around the ocean. Remember to have your sights guarded. Do not take wildlife out of the water. You don't have to listen to me, but like these, you know, you should respect your surroundings. Thank you so much. Remember to check out the merch. I also have a Patreon if you're looking for more content from me, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Goodbye, and take care, everyone.